First at 6, WPBF 25 News investigates critical failures in an effort to save this local man, a husband and father, from drowning in a canal. Exclusive video shows firefighters trying to rescue him, but his car sinking instead. Tonight, we expose what happens when the rescuers aren't properly trained to rescue. Good evening. I'm Felicia Rodriguez.
And I'm Tiffany Kenny. This is a tragic case that played out in Riviera Beach more than a year ago. That's how long investigative reporter Terry Parker has been working this case.
And Terry, an outside review found multiple safety violations by the department.
Right, and I've learned the biggest problem is that despite Riviera Beach being surrounded by miles of canals and open water, the firefighters had not been formally trained in this type of open water rescue. And I have to warn you, this video may be disturbing.
I always used to tell him right before he would leave, "Bye, I love you, be careful." Never a day went by I didn't say that to him.
Gia Thomas never imagined those would be the last words she'd ever say to her beloved husband. Heath Thomas, a 53-year-old construction manager for the Palm Beach County School District, drove off toward work on April 22, 2024. Minutes later, his SUV veered off Garden Road and into a canal. When Riviera Beach firefighters arrived, Heath was alive, dazed but above water.
He was having a seizure. When we first got here, he was shaky.
Firefighters broke a window to reach him. He resisted, and then something went terribly wrong. You can see the firefighters pulling open the back door of Heath's vehicle.
Oh, oh.
The car lurches, fills, and begins to sink. Within seconds, Heath's SUV vanishes beneath the dark water.
That ain't good.
While the firefighters swim back to shore. For months, Gia never knew any of this.
I thought they were doing everything they could do for him. I really did.
That's because the medical examiner's report she received said this about the firefighters' attempted rescue. Despite their best efforts, Heath was pronounced dead at the scene. But meantime, highly ranked firefighters from other departments were telling me the rescue was extremely troubling. So I reached out to Riviera Beach, where I learned Chief John Curd had quietly ordered an outside review. I made a public records request for that 155-page report by Blueprints for Safety in Miami. In it, the investigators concluded the firefighters who went into the canal made several critical mistakes. They shattered the driver's window and opened a rear door, which caused the SUV to sink before they could reach the victim. They entered the water without the required safety setup, no safety diver, no line tender, and no rope tie-offs, and without confirming anyone's training to perform open water rescues. The report concludes the firefighters did their best under difficult circumstances, but there was a lack of training and safety measures. When I gave Gia a copy of the report, she asked to see the video of her husband's final moments. All right, Gia, I'm going to show you this video. It's going to be hard to watch.
I know, I'm ready.
She watches in stunned silence. Then comes the question she can't stop asking.
Why would you open the door to a car that's not sinking? It's just like you would think these people would know this. I'm not a firefighter, and I know that.
According to the report, the mistake wasn't hers to understand. It was the department's failure to train its own. The report concluded that the incident commander and assistant chief on scene failed to follow several standard operating guidelines, and that none of the responding firefighters said they had ever been trained by the department for this type of water rescue. None of them. In a city surrounded by 8 miles of canals, the ocean, and intracoastal waterway. When the car sank, Assistant Chief Keith Golden ordered everyone out of the water, even as a Palm Beach County firefighter jumped in, dove underwater, and helped pull Heath to land. Instead of rushing him to the hospital, Golden declared the effort a recovery, not a rescue, effectively giving up after just 15 minutes. Gia can't make peace with that.
I know he could have been saved. I mean, if it's God's will, it's fine, but he could have been saved if they would have put a rope or something to pull that car out while it was still floating.
Chief Curd and Assistant Chief Golden originally declined my requests for interviews, citing legal advice. For Gia, the silence is as painful as the loss itself. Proof, she says, that her husband's death didn't have to happen.
That's the thing that bothers me the most, is that they could have saved him. He could be here right now with me.
Now, to be clear, the firefighters who plunged into the canal that day were desperately trying to save Heath Thomas. And in interviews with more than a dozen firefighters who were on the scene, they told investigators, many of them, that they were deeply disturbed by his death. And many of them said that they had asked repeatedly to be trained in this type of water rescue, but that the city had never approved it or instituted that program. Felicia?
Well, Terry, as we mentioned, you have been working on this investigation for months. Has the city taken any action?
Well, this month, the fire chief says the department has since launched new water rescue and swimming programs, rewritten its policies, and hired a full-time swimming officer, but he wouldn't give me any details about how many officers have started or completed this training. We will be staying on this story and bringing you any developments as they happen.
Terry, thank you. We know you'll continue to push for answers on this.